Hello. This is another midweek message, this time from the front of the church in St. John. I'm doing this message on the midweek day when we do the recording on Wednesday. And the lessons for today are a parable about the weeds and the wheat. And it follows upon the parables that we've been reading from that same section of Matthew about wheat and weeds, and the other one was the parable of the different kinds of soils. Well, there's a phrase you sometimes hear, that's just a story. And when you really think about it, that's really a silly thing to say, just a story. Jesus tells a story about the weeds and the wheat and the different kinds of soil and the different kinds of fates of the seeds sown in different kinds of soil. And yes, it is a story, but to say just a story, that's not right. Because in our world, stories are the most powerful things that there are. It's like saying, oh, that's just a nuclear bomb. Stories change the world. They change lives, they change people, they change societies. They change everything about our world. When people tell a powerful story that connects and that people identify with and people grab onto, everything can change. Quite a few years ago, somebody in another country told a story about how certain people are better than other people because their genetics are better, and that makes them superior. And a whole lot of people died as a result of that story, and the whole world was plunged into a war because of that story. In other cultures and other contexts, people have told similar stories about superiority of certain people over others, and it always ends in bloodshed. When we tell the story of God's love for all people, that's a different story, and it has different results. When we tell the story of how God came for all and died for each one of us, and that we are all precious in the sight of Christ and in the sight of God the Father, that's a different story. And it has a different result in the world. Don't let anyone tell you it's just a story. That's a silly thing to say, because there's nothing on earth more powerful than a story. And yes, we have a powerful story. The story of a Christ who has come and made humanity holy by becoming human. We have a story of a God who sees the world from below, not from above, not from a position of dominance and power and authority, but a position of humility and togetherness and compassion. Just a story? Yeah. What a story. A story that changes the world.